Riverside has powerful tools for hosting live webinars. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the entire process, from planning your future webinar, setting up audience registration with custom fields, and even integrating that with HubSpot. Then how to conduct live and engaging webinars, playing additional video content, sharing your screen, and even live streaming to multiple destinations like YouTube, LinkedIn, or any RTMP destination. We'll look at optimizing your computer and setup for the highest quality video and audio, accessing those recordings from your Riverside account, and then how you can use Riverside to both edit your content and repurpose your video in multiple ways. If you'd like to skip to a specific part of the video, you can see the chapters down here. Just click on a chapter and you'll jump there, or you can use the timestamps in the video description. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below this video, and let's get started. So here I've logged into my Riverside account, and I'm using one of my studios. This one's called Riverside Platform. If you plan to host lots of webinars, you might want to create a new studio specifically for your future webinars to keep them all organized. We're going to plan for a future webinar recording. I'll click the Plan button here in the studio, and let's choose Schedule Session. Let's title this our live webinar broadcast. We can choose a future date, time, and time zone. And here, if you have remote guests that will be joining you and recording with you, someone else on the team that will be presenting, or maybe a remote interview guest, you can type their email here, and they'll get an email with instructions to join the recording. I'll show you a few other places where you can grab this invite link in a moment. And finally, hosting a webinar, you might want to collect the attendee information like name, email, or what company or brand they're representing. Well, here I can enable audience registration, and this is going to allow me to collect audience information and even custom fields that I can download later and even sync to my HubSpot account. It already pulled in the title of our event. I've added my description, put in a name for who it's hosted by, and here you can also enable custom registration fields, things like name, email address. You can even add something like phone number, and if you click the three dots next to a field, you can choose to require that field for someone to register, or you can leave it optional. In the same way, I've added a brand or company field here as well, and if I click Add Field, I can add country, another custom text field, or even a custom checkbox field. Let's choose that, and maybe type something like, is this your first Riverside webinar? Now, it might not be their first, so I'm going to leave this toggle off for required field. Let's save that. We can preview the registration page here, and when we're done, let's click Create Session. When I click Create Session, you can automatically add this new session to your Google Calendar, and here's the registration link that you might share in an email newsletter, on social media, or internally to your company. When someone visits that registration link, they'll see this form, the one you created. It will have the title, date and time, and who it's hosted by, the description for this webinar, and all the fields required, like first and last name, email address, phone number, and your custom fields as well. When someone clicks Save My Spot, they'll receive this email from Riverside automatically with the date and time of the event and a big Join Session button here, so when it's time to tune into the webinar, they can click that and tune in live. They also have the ability to add it to their Google, Outlook, or Yahoo Calendar with easy links right here in the email. They also have the link right here where they can copy that and save it somewhere, or add this webinar to their Google Calendar with one click. Now, in the days leading up to your webinar, you might want to see who's registered for the event and sync that information to HubSpot. Well, to do that, back here on my Riverside Dashboard, I'll see that future webinar right here. It has the date and time we plan to record, and if I click into that event, we can click Join Session if we're ready to record and live stream on the day, and you'll also see the number of registrants right here. If I click the registrant area, I'll see a full list of everyone who's filled out that form and registered for this webinar. I can download this full list, and you'll have access after the webinar as well. And here is our Sync to HubSpot integration. The first time you click it, you'll be prompted to log into your HubSpot account. Choose which account you would like to sync with this Riverside Studio. Choose to connect the app. You'll get the confirmation message that you've successfully connected it. And once you click Sync to HubSpot, all this registrant information will be saved to your HubSpot account. You can also sync your HubSpot account before you even schedule a webinar by going to your studio settings down here in the bottom left corner, click on Integrations, and then you can connect your HubSpot account here. If you need to access that registration link again to send it out to potential viewers and attendees, click the three dots next to your event, and you can copy the registration link. And if you need to send your invite links to someone who's going to be recording with you in studio during the event, you can go back to your main dashboard page, and under the Plan button, you'll see the Invite to Record. Click that, and you can copy the guest link. The guest link is for someone who's going to be in studio, presenting, and/or recording. That's what the guest link is for. There's also the audience link. An audience is someone who can watch live during the webinar, participate in the live chat and live call-ins, but they won't be recorded or seen in the studio. Now, everyone who fills out the registration form will automatically be sent the audience link. And when you choose to send invite, Riverside will send them an email. This is what the email looks like for your guests. It will say you're registered to attend the live webinar, the date, the time, who's hosting it, and an easy one-click button to join the session when it's time to record. We also give them instructions on joining from the Chrome or Edge web browser and quick links to add it to multiple calendar apps. So you've created your custom registration form, people are signing up to tune in, and now it's the day of the webinar and it's time to record and live stream. So let's jump into the studio and set it up, ready for our production. Let me click back into the webinar from my dashboard, and I can click anywhere here to enter the Riverside Studio, or click Join Session, or the Record button. It all goes to the Riverside Studio. I'll click anywhere in this event, and now we're in the Riverside lobby. This is where we choose our camera, microphone, and speaker output. You can even use your iPhone in continuity camera mode as a webcam here in Riverside, or choose your built-in camera or a dedicated webcam. You could choose your microphone, whether that's a USB mic or audio interface, and your speaker output. You can also type your name, which will be visible to others while you're live streaming, and whether or not you're using headphones. We highly recommend using a wired pair of headphones. Number one, wireless headphones can run out of battery, and there might be some latency with what you hear and cutting in and out. To eliminate all of those possibilities, use a pair of wired headphones. It can be inexpensive wired headphones you get on Amazon. We'll actually leave an option down in the description if you want to get those. And it will allow you to both hear your remote guests and monitor your own voice, and not have to worry about any kind of wireless connectivity or battery. Using headphones also means you can leave echo cancellation off, which means better audio quality. Once we've chosen everything here in the lobby, let's click Join Studio. Now, as soon as you enter, you still have quick access to the guest link. If you need to send it to someone, a teammate, someone else that's going to record with you, click Copy Link, send the guest link, and they'll be able to join you right here. You also still have access to the audience link if you want to post it on social media right before you begin broadcasting. This way people can watch you live. Now, you can get your studio ready days before your event or even hours before, which you might want to connect multiple destinations for live streaming, add some slides or get some presentations ready, and even upload video and audio files that you can play using the media board here in the Riverside Studio. The first thing we can do here is let's go to the right-hand sidebar and click Brand. Brand is where you can customize the look of your stream, including adding a company logo, and you can choose where that appears on the video. You see right now it's in the top left, but you can move it to the right or bottom as well. You can choose a theme, which built in, everyone gets the Riverside theme and the Newsflash color scheme. If you're on our standard or pro plan and you upgrade to the Live Studio add-on, you get access to more color schemes. One of my favorites is Prismatic. You can also choose a custom color and enter a hex code so it precisely matches your brand. And if you choose custom color, you can also choose a custom background image, upload one from your computer, or choose a solid color here. Once you've added your logo, background image, and colors, you can also choose how names appear here on stream. You can choose a clean look. You'll see mine appears down here in teal. I can change the color scheme. Maybe I want to use the light or dark color scheme, or I can choose one of the other name styles here, like bold or edgy. I personally like the bold look, and I'm going to choose to use the color from the scheme that I've chosen. And if you're on our Riverside business platform, you can carry over this branding into that lobby screen. You can use this checkbox right here. Now, you can also prepare some lower thirds that you'll want to present during the webinar. These can even be clickable with links. So if I go to the text tool here on the right-hand side, I might have some lower thirds that I created earlier, which again, you can do this anytime before the day of your webinar. But let's add a new lower third. Maybe you'd like to learn more about Riverside and watch our past webinar recordings. Well, I'll type Riverside Webinars as the text, and I can use this Add Link option. I can add a URL so my audience can click it, and then I can even go in to further customize this lower third, changing the size, the color scheme, placement, whether I want it left, center, or right, and I can even choose how long I want it to appear on screen, and then it will automatically disappear, or I can turn the timer off and I'll manually show and hide it. I'll choose 5 seconds, and I'll click Save and Show right now, and you'll see that webinar appears at the bottom. After 5 seconds, it will automatically disappear. Now that I've added that lower third, it will be here under my text tool. I can change the timer just by quickly clicking it here. I can show it. Someone watching using Riverside Audience Mode can click on this link right here to visit the website, and I can add multiple lower thirds as we're recording and live streaming. You can also show comments from the live chat as lower thirds, and I'll get to that in a moment too. If you have any video or audio clips you'd like to play during the webinar, head on over to the media board on the right, and here you can upload video or audio files up to 100 megabytes. Once they're uploaded here, they'll stay in your studio until you remove them. This could also be countdown videos that you might want to show for the webinar. And so you can play it, preview it down here, and then click live, and then the video will actually show live both to you, your remote guests, and this will show live in the stream. So upload those videos and audio clips that you'd like to play. And another great tool in Riverside is the ability to hide and show guests. So if you have multiple people presenting during the webinar, but you only want to show who's actively talking and presenting right now, go up to the People tab here on the right, and you'll see this Hide option. If I click that, it will actually hide my video and audio. I won't be seen or heard, and I'll also stop being recorded. So you can let your guests know that they won't be recorded when they're backstage. And you'll see once you're hidden, you have a message here in the upper left that you're backstage and you're hidden from view. You can choose to hide everyone during a countdown video or other media presentation. And then when you're ready, you can go over and show the guests that you'd like to appear, go to the media board, and then hide the video. And now you're live back presenting in the webinar. We have some other great tools as well, including live streaming layouts, but let me invite one remote guest so then we can see it in action. I'm going to grab the guest link from right here in the studio by clicking the invite button here and copy the guest link. All right, our remote guest has joined us in the studio. We have their name here, Mac Finder. I can also add a title. Of course, they're the Riverside expert. And now I'm going to go over to our live stream layout tool here on the right, and we have several options. Right now, we're in the standard grid view, basically showing all the participants in a grid evenly. We can choose to fit everyone's video to the frame if you'd like to see the full 16:9 video from every guest. I can go back to fill, and now I'm going to choose speaker full screen. Now Riverside's automatically going to switch between live speakers depending on who's talking. And speaker split screen will show the active speaker large and everyone else small in picture-in-picture windows. I can also switch between these layouts quickly using the keyboard shortcuts here, using the Option button and the numbers 1, 2, 3 on a Mac keyboard, or the Alt button and 1, 2, 3 on a Windows keyboard. With that, I can quickly switch between these views right from the keyboard very fast. Now let's say you wanted to reorder and reposition who's shown in what part of the screen. Well, I can roll my mouse over a video and you'll see these 6 dots here at the top. I can just click and drag my video over, and now we've swapped places. If you have multiple guests, you can change anyone's position by clicking and dragging on those dots. I can also choose to pin someone's video by rolling my mouse over the middle, clicking the pin icon, and then no matter who's speaking, even if I have active speaker layout enabled, this person will remain the focus of the broadcast and they'll remain large for everyone viewing. I can go back and unpin that video, and we're back to our normal grid. And remember, we still have the hide and show participant option, so I can hide the Mac Finder if I want, and then it's just me on stage, or I can bring them forward and hide myself, and now it's just them in view during the webinar. Now, in addition to using audience mode and broadcasting to everyone who registered for our webinar, we can add other social media destinations. I'm going to go up to our live streaming tools here at the top, and here you can see our public audience link that's enabled. That's going to be everyone who registered for the webinar or whoever joins using this link here. But I can also add multiple social destinations. So if I click these 3 dots, I can add YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, X, Twitch, TikTok, and any custom RTMP destination. For any of these platforms like Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube, you can just click the platform, log in with your Twitch account or your YouTube and Google account. It will say that it's connected, and then that destination will appear here in the list. You can leave that destination connected, and if you ever want to stop broadcasting to that destination for a future webinar or event, I can just toggle those destinations on or off right here in Riverside. I can also connect a YouTube channel right here, and now I've connected that YouTube account, and I'll see both Twitch and YouTube right here in my destination list. And now I can toggle them on and off, and even below that, I can change the title and description for this future broadcast, and even mark it as a private broadcast if I don't want it to be publicly on my channel. By the way, that RTMP destination option is really powerful. Click the Add More and then go to Custom RTMP, and then you enter a stream URL and stream key that you get from your provider. This actually allows you to live stream to Instagram or schedule YouTube events in the future and then use RTMP as your destination. For instance, if you go here to your YouTube studio at studio.youtube.com, you can click the live tool here. We can schedule a live stream for the future. And once you've scheduled your event with title, thumbnails, then you'll get the stream key right here and the stream URL. Copy these into the RTMP destination in Riverside, and then you can broadcast to that scheduled YouTube live event. We also have detailed instructions on live streaming to Instagram using RTMP, and that video will link above and down in the description. I'm actually going to live stream to Twitch right now, but I'll disable the YouTube channel, and we're going to see what comments in the chats on other destinations like Twitch, how they'll appear here in the Riverside studio. Finally, if you've upgraded to that Live Studio add-on, you can click the gear icon up here, and then set your streaming resolution to 1080p high definition and remove the Riverside watermark here. Now that we've set up our live streaming destinations, we're almost ready to record. If there's any websites or slides that we'd like to present, we can get those ready, open in separate windows, and we can use the screen sharing tools down here. If you're on the Riverside Business platform, you can even upload a presentation like a Keynote, PDF, or PowerPoint file and present those slides here. If you have a script or bullet points that you'd like to refer to, you can even adjust the text or just write it right here in the Riverside studio, and you can even enter teleprompter mode if you'd like this to automatically scroll so you can read it while you're recording. And finally, know where the live chat is right here on the right-hand sidebar. If I go to chat, there's both the live stream chat. This will be messages coming in from all destinations and those watching using Riverside audience mode. And there's also a studio chat. This way you can communicate with just those in studio recording and broadcasting for the webinar, and these messages will be private to them. All right, we have everything set up and ready to record and broadcast, so let's start our recording. I'm going to click Go Live down here at the bottom, start recording, and once this countdown hits 0, we'll be live streaming using audience mode to our webinar registrants, and we're live streaming to those third-party destinations like Twitch and YouTube. We can keep an eye on how many viewers are on each platform here, and there's even quick links to preview that live stream right here in the studio. And not only are you being live streamed, but Riverside is recording in high quality, and that's the Riverside difference. When you record with Riverside, those video and audio files are saved locally to your computer, and even when you share your screen, that's recorded locally as well. So it's high quality no matter your bandwidth or internet speeds, and those high quality files are then uploaded to your Riverside Dashboard so you can download or edit later. And we'll get to editing and repurposing your webinar in just a moment. Let's preview this stream on Twitch and see what it looks like. Here's the live stream on Twitch. You can see me and my guest both streaming live. And let's say someone's watching here on Twitch and they send us a message. So someone just asked a question if they could use Riverside on their iPhone. Well, now I can go over to the chat window here. I'll go to the live stream chat. And with Riverside's Omnichat feature, I can see here the comment that came in from Twitch. I actually see the platform down here below the comment, so I know where it came from. Then I can address it here in the webinar. Now I can answer here in the Riverside chat, and that message that I send will also be visible to that person on Twitch. This way you can broadcast and manage the chat across all the destinations from your Riverside studio. Now I can also show this comment live on stream. If I roll over this comment, you'll see show on stream as an option. I can choose how long I want it to display. I'll choose 20 seconds. And now when I click show on stream, that comment appears as a lower third. And even people watching on other platforms like on Twitch will see that comment. This is a great way to engage with your audience and let them know that their questions in the live chat are being seen and answered right here in the webinar. Now, as we're recording, we can show those video files like from the media board. I've made this video live, and both me and the other guests are still in picture-in-picture. We can see what this looks like over on Twitch, a great way to present video and other content. This way you're making the webinar even more engaging. And remember, I can go over to the People tab and hide both me and my other remote guests. This way our viewers can focus just on the media that we're showing. Now, as we're broadcasting, I can also choose to share my screen using the tool down here, even sharing an entire secondary display, which would be great for tutorials or showcasing some features. And again, if you're on the Riverside Business platform, you can show a presentation right here, scroll through your slides. All of that will be visible on all the platforms, the third-party destinations or Riverside audience mode. And I can even give control to another participant here in the studio by clicking the plus button and giving them control to advance the slides. And finally, another great feature for webinars is our audience live call-in. When you're broadcasting using Riverside audience mode, any of the viewers can actually request to join the recording, video and audio, to ask a question, and you can accept and remove them from the recording all here in the studio. This is what it looks like when someone's tuning in via Riverside audience mode or from that registration link they received when they filled out that custom form. They can still use the Riverside chat to ask questions, and you'll see their chats here in the window as well. But as an audience member, I can choose to request a live call-in. When someone clicks that, they'll be prompted to choose their camera, microphone, and speaker. They can click continue. They would enter their name, and they even type in the question that they have. They would choose whether or not they're using headphones, and they can choose to start the live call. Now back here where we're hosting the webinar, when someone requests a live call-in, I'll see a pop-up here in the bottom left. It shows their question, then a green check or red X, whether or not I want to accept them into the studio to record with us. You'll also see any potential guests here in the upper right-hand corner, and you can choose to ignore or let them in. I'm going to click the green check mark to let them in. And now this person has joined us as an audience guest. They're being live streamed to those third-party platforms. Here we are on Twitch again, now with a third person. They can ask their question, be a part of the webinar for just a few moments. You'll see them here in the right-hand sidebar as well. And then when they've asked their question and you're ready to remove them from the call, just click remove and that guest will disappear. Now they'll still be watching the stream live, and you actually get a high-quality video and audio recording for all those audience live call-ins. So if you're doing testimonials or someone asked a great question and you want to make that into a clip later, you get that recording and you can do it all in the Riverside editor. Now that we've finished our webinar, we've presented slides and videos, had some audience live call-ins, I'm going to click the stop button down here at the bottom, and then all the files will be uploaded in high quality. Your video and audio, your remote guests, any audience live call-ins, and they'll be ready in the Riverside studio for you to edit and produce in just a few moments. By the way, a couple tips for the highest live video and audio quality when you're streaming a webinar. You might want to use one of our features called Pause Uploads. To access this, you can go to the settings icon here at the top, go to All Settings here, and then under the Advanced Settings, you'll see Host and Producers can pause uploads. Toggle that on. What that means is, once you start recording, Riverside will upload those high-quality video and audio files. This way you don't have to wait around after you're done for things to upload for several minutes. But depending on people's bandwidth, that might mean their live quality lowers because those files are uploading in the background. Well, this feature means you can pause those uploads and wait till you're done with the webinar and then upload everyone's video and audio. To pause those uploads, I'm going to start the webinar one more time. Once that countdown hits 0, we're still recording and streaming in high quality. And if someone's video is seemingly less quality or they might be stuttering because of bandwidth, go over to the People tab here on the right, expand that person's video information. Here you'll see what video quality they have, what devices they're using, and you'll see the Pause Upload option. I'll click Pause Upload, and you can do this for everyone in the call or just someone that might have some slower bandwidth, and that's going to help the live video and audio quality for your webinar viewers. Also, before you start recording and streaming your webinar, on your computer, be sure to close any applications like Google Drive, OneDrive, or Dropbox that might be syncing files in the background and taking from your bandwidth. Also, try to connect to Ethernet if possible, or at least stay close to whatever Wi-Fi router you may have. Close any large applications that are processor intensive, like video editing applications, Adobe Premiere, Final Cut. This way you have the best experience and have the most computer resources dedicated to your broadcast. Now that we're done recording and streaming the webinar, let's end the session for all. We can say goodbye to our guests. And now back here on the Riverside Dashboard, we'll actually see the webinar recording right here. Let's jump in and see how we can repurpose this webinar content. Now, once I click into that project for the webinar, I can access all those individual recording files for me, my remote guests, screen shares, and media board videos, all right here under Recording Files. If I click that, you'll see I can download the high quality video and audio from every guest. This is their individual track with nothing else. And also any media board videos I can download, screen shares, all of it has been uploaded and saved to my Riverside Dashboard. Also here at the top, you'll see a Generate Show Notes button. And with one click, based on the transcript, which every recording you do in Riverside, you get a full transcription, and that can be done in over 100 languages. You actually get keywords, summaries, takeaways, all based on your webinar. This is great to repurpose in social media posts. You can take these chapter timestamps. That makes it easy to find certain topics, or you can cut those portions for vertical videos and short form clips using Magic Clips and our editor. This is also a great way to brainstorm blog posts and other content for your website. Now, if we go back to the main project page, there's a couple other tools that make repurposing our content even faster. By the way, if you want to download the participant list for everyone that registered for your webinar, go back to your project file here on the dashboard, and then click the registrants right here. You can sync them back to HubSpot like we covered earlier, and then you can download the registrant list in a CSV format using this download button here. Back on the main recordings page, if I scroll down, I can generate something called Magic Clips. This is Riverside's powerful feature that can create vertical, square, or other format videos, short form about a minute or a few minutes long, that can repurpose your webinar lots of different ways. We also have a new feature called Workflows, where you can decide on some defaults that will then apply to any future magic clips that you create. I'm going to choose 9:16 because I want some vertical clips. Apply our Smart Scenes feature, which will focus on the active speaker throughout the clip. For duration, I'm going to prefer about a 30 to 60 second clip so I can share it on the most platforms. I'm going to apply our brand kit, which I'll show you in the editor in a moment. You can choose to remove the perfect amount of silence using our Set Pace feature here, remove all filler words using Smooth Speech, mute participants who aren't speaking, and if anyone used a built-in microphone like an iPhone or iPad, you can actually apply Magic Audio, which uses AI to make any microphone sound studio quality. You can apply that to everyone or just your remote guests. I'm going to leave that toggled off, save my workflow preferences, and now I can generate magic clips. I can choose if I want to focus on a specific person, maybe that audience live call-in, you want to get some clips from them. You can choose that speaker there, or let Magic Clips do it automatically. And you can even choose a topic to highlight in these vertical clips by typing in a word here. Let's generate some magic clips, and in just a few moments, we'll have those ready and we can put some finishing touches on and then share on social media. We can also set up our full episode workflow. This way we can have the full webinar recording edited basically for us using AI. I'm going to choose 16:9, the normal widescreen aspect ratio. I still want to choose Smart Scenes so it focuses on the active speaker, apply our brand. I'm going to choose a more balanced silence removal so it doesn't remove as many silences but keeps it more conversational. Still remove filler words, and apply Magic Mute when someone's not speaking. I'll click Save, and now let's generate that full episode as well. And while we were doing that, look, we have a bunch of magic clips automatically generated, and our full episode is ready as well. In just seconds, we've created multiple pieces of content from our webinar. Now let's jump into the full episode first, because maybe we want to post this full webinar on our YouTube channel or website. And now with our full episode edit, Riverside has put it all together for us. Me and my other guests are automatically put side by side here in the editor. We've added animated captions, which you can choose from multiple styles right here in the sidebar, and even save your favorites to apply to future edits. And you have the full transcript of the recording here in the left-hand sidebar. If you want to edit your content, it's as easy as selecting words or phrases, clicking delete, and you've edited your video and audio. That's the magic of our text-based editing. You can also search the transcript here for certain words or phrases, and we'll show you all the results, making it easy to find the exact moment you're looking for. Plus, any screen shares or presentation files, the Riverside editor is going to put that together for you as well. Any media board videos, our screen shares when we're doing tutorials, all of that is just simply ready to go. And we have access to the full suite of AI tools as well here. So I can remove the silences, make it more balanced or fast-paced, apply smooth speech, which will remove all those filler words and unwanted sounds, and Magic Audio as well. I can even adjust the volume of specific tracks, making sure everyone sounds great, apply Magic Audio per person here in the editor, and you'll even see that audience live call-in guest gets their own track right here, and I can adjust their volume. I get the transcript of their recording as well, all right here in the Riverside editor. I can also go down to brand and save an entire brand kit, including our brand logo, where I want that positioned on screen. I can choose our color palette. Maybe I want to add spacing between our videos and round the corners. Choose what formats I want captions, whether it's widescreen, square, or vertical. Even choose intro and outro clips, depending on format, and I can apply that quickly to all my future recordings here in the Riverside editor. We also have that Smart Scenes feature, and that's going to focus on the active speaker and change throughout the recording. During those in-between moments, it will focus on everyone, putting both people up in a grid view, and then it will just focus on one person when they're speaking. I can also hover my mouse over the video and change who appears, whether it's multiple people in a grid view or just one, and even change the layout to maybe a grid fit where you have the full 16:9 video frames, picture-in-picture where active speaker is large, everyone else smaller in a corner, or back to the grid view. And I can add scenes throughout the recording to change how the video looks however I'd like. You can also add background music anywhere you'd like in the edit here. Maybe add some intro and outro music, adjust the volume, and we have a full royalty-free music library built right here into the editor. There's also an upload section, so if you need to upload some slides that you didn't present during the webinar, I can upload a slide, make it full screen, And using our image overlay feature, I can have multiple image overlays throughout the recording, change the in and out point down here in the timeline, and even upload my own custom audio for the background of this clip. If I forgot to record a short segment, maybe a sponsorship, I can actually jump right back into the studio to record using this tool here. I can also search for royalty-free images right here in the editor, choose one to overlay, and apply those throughout the webinar as well. And you can have text overlays that pull from the chapter markers as well, which if you want to copy or download the transcript or the chapters that we automatically generate in Riverside, you can click the 3 dots here, download the transcript, or download the subtitles, which is great to upload to YouTube. And you can also copy that chapters list and then apply it to your YouTube video description. You can also add chapters using our Add Chapter tool here, rename it, and then copy that chapters list once you have it set just how you'd like. Go up to Export in the top right. You can export up to 4K video quality, remove the Riverside watermark, export that video, and you can also jump over to audio and export an MP3 file for your company or branded podcast. We'll export that video, go to our exports, and while that's processing for just a few minutes, we can jump into one of our magic clips. I'll jump in and edit, which is already formatted vertically for social media. It's automatically applied those animated captions. Maybe I want to change the order of how people appear. Well, I can do that in the Tracks tool. Maybe add an image overlay or text overlay. And I can quickly export this vertical video as well. So now I have multiple pieces of content, all from one webinar, and I can share it on LinkedIn, post on Reels and YouTube Shorts, and of course the full episode edit on our website and YouTube channel. And that's how to live stream, record, edit, and repurpose your webinar content all in Riverside. And there's still features that we didn't cover in this video, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. If you have any questions on the webinar process, leave those comments below this video. I'll help you there personally. And if you want to learn about upgrading your gear, maybe creating a studio in a small space like I have here, I did an entire behind the scenes video. You can watch that one right up here. Thanks for watching. We can't wait to see the webinars that you create.